Wonderful work, says the teacher. You are meeting the curriculum expectations in math and English. You've achieved a level 3, a B, and in science and art, a level 4. Excellent, Yasmin. Yasmin beams with pride as her parents look at her report card, but her mother's face changes. Why a B in math? She asked. But mom, Yasmin replies, that's for best, a level 3. Her mother, confused, meets with the teacher, Mrs. Nelson. Why did she get a B in math? How can she achieve higher than this? Mrs. Nelson looked puzzled. She's meeting the curriculum expectations. That's the standard. We should be celebrating her grades. Yasmin's mother didn't fully understand, but she trusted the teacher. She still wanted to help her daughter reach higher, maybe through tutoring or extra support, but felt unsure how to push further. Yasmin was only in grade 5, after all. Years later, Yasmin continued to work hard through her high school, excelling in French, science, and most subjects. Most of her grades were in the mid to high 90s, except for math and business. In grade 9, when she had high 80s in business, her business teacher gave her mother the same response Mrs. Nelson did. She was also puzzled as a teacher. Why was this parent even concerned, as Yasmin was meeting curriculum expectations? But Yasmin's mom knew she dreamed of becoming a doctor, and she had to have exceptional grades for this. The narrative then was, well, you don't need math, so you're doing amazing in all other subjects. That's all that matters. So you will be fine. Her consistent effort and strong grades showed her growth over time. From elementary to high school, she did not get into a competitive health science program later on at a reputable university that her mom wanted her to go. However, she was accepted into another excellent program at a prestigious university that recognized her outstanding work experience, volunteerism, and holistic achievements. Yasmin's mom felt the system cheated her daughter, but Yasmin was happy. It was her choice for her top pick of university and program. But when she prepared to apply to med school, she realized that strong math grades were essential, opportunities she had missed because she was told grades didn't matter, beyond meeting expectations, especially for subjects like math. When it came time to write the MCAT, Yasmin's lack of a strong math background and not having taken physics affected her scores, even though she excelled in other areas. That's when the reality sank in for a child of first generation and immigrant parent. Yasmin quickly realized grades do matter because they impact opportunity. So do subjects like math, and math is important. But sometimes we learn things through experiences for a purpose we learn later in life. Many students share similar stories, no matter what their background is. And when they are not familiar with systems, they do not understand the value of grades and how important they are, because grades do matter.
Yashmin's stories highlight how easily the true meaning of expectations can be misunderstood. What seems like success in the moment may not always prepare students for future goals. It reminds us that while effort and balance are important, understanding the long term value of strong grades, especially in the foundational subjects, can open doors that might otherwise remain closed. I strongly believe that grades open doors to opportunities, and they often serve as the key to academic advancement, scholarships, and university admissions, influencing the paths students can take in their future careers.
So let's talk about what it really means to achieve strong grades in the classroom and how those grades can shape opportunities from school to career. Tell me about assessment and how teachers use it for report cards.
While assessment and reporting practices are generally similar across the world, I'll refer specifically to Ontario's system to give an example. In Ontario, a grade of B or a level 3 means that a student is meeting the provincial curriculum expectations. This level of achievement represents a solid and consistent demonstration of success from grade 1 through 12. Not only in the past, but even today, for many families, a B is basically seen as a fail because families understand that a B may not be enough to get into a competitive program. This doesn't mean that students who achieve a B or level 3 can't get into a good program that leads to a successful career. However, it is less likely to secure admission to highly competitive programs. B can still mean best job, but we would like to see students push further than that. There is value in those grades, especially in today's generation where students are not pushing themselves even to meet the curriculum expectations. And we're not speaking about every student, we're talking about the students who don't have opportunity, who are not familiar with the systems, who don't understand because their parents or people in their circle have not gone beyond high school. And so for those students, they're not familiar and they can't see the value until they go through the struggle themselves. And so, as I said, B still means the best job, depending on the perspective of the student and their family.
Achieving high grades is a very serious subject in most of the households. And to me, when I'm talking to my niece and nephew that actually I'm trying to mentor, I always tell them one thing: aim for the moon.
And if you will not be able to make it, at least you will end up lying among the stars.
Try your best, and if you are aiming to be in a good university and a good profession, you need to score high. Even 1 mark can make a difference. That we tell to the kids, and that's what we were told we were growing up. When you say for the mental health, yes, we put extra pressure on the child, but just see that life, when you enter into the corporate world, there is pressure when you have to meet the deadlines and you are running multiple projects in the same time. You are pressurized. So I think when you push your child to aim for a grade A, it is you kind of preparing them for the real life. If you want to be a successful professional, you have to do the hard work.
I feel every parent wants their child to be a high achiever. And certainly, parental support plays a vital role in helping children reach their potential. Parents should encourage their children to do their best, while they should also try to recognize and nurture their individual interests and strengths. Success is not only about grades, though grades are important, but it's more about finding the children's passion and purpose. Alongside school, the environment at home has a powerful influence on a child's motivation and confidence. If a child is working hard but still struggling to achieve good grades, parents should look beyond the results and try to understand the underlying reasons. They should try to identify either it's exam pressure, they are anxious because they have time management challenges. So the parent must try to talk and understand the issues. So by providing emotional support and helping identifying these issues, parents can guide accordingly, and they can help children through difficulties and can foster resilience. Ultimately, with understanding and encouragement, every child can discover their true passion and achieve success in their unique way. Parents can give examples to encourage their children, but they should avoid comparing them to other children.
That's a really thoughtful reflection, Nettie. I appreciate how you highlighted the importance of emotional support and understanding what's behind a child's struggles rather than just focusing on outcomes. That's such a key message for parents to nurture both achievement and well being. Teachers like myself care deeply for students, especially those who are first generation, immigrant, or impacted by poverty. We understand that students have gaps when they come into our classroom. Parents must know that teachers do their best to support students who are struggling, and we see their struggles with their emotional health and their efforts in achieving for their academics.
How can teacher help support students who may lack guidance at home or struggle to navigate the school system?
We can encourage and inform our students to aim for achieving high grades while also developing learning skills, discipline, and strategies for excellence. I believe the job is not only for teachers, it takes a village. Often people blame teachers for student achievement. Yes, teachers have a huge role to play. We must empower students to reach their full potential, achieve high grades, and understand the value of doing so for marks and for opportunities for all students. But we need to create an environment for students to have the opportunity to develop and grow in those skills.
What are the potential impacts on students who do not receive support?
Inequities arise. Students may have immense talent, but without guidance, they can't fully develop it or translate effort into high grades and meaningful experiences.
How can we express to our audience what this inequity looks like?
Picture a child trying to watch a baseball game but can't see. The adult gives them a stepping stool. Otherwise, the child can't participate fully. It's a famous equality versus equity image where, for equality, the adult and children are given the same height of stepping stools, but the children, especially the one young child, still cannot see the game. But equality comes in when you give different size stepping tools or more than one so that everybody can see the game. That's like students needing support and guidance to reach their full potential. And when I say it takes a village, I seriously mean it takes a village because even parents need help and teachers need help to support the student so that they can have opportunities that are equitable.
What image comes to mind for students who have families that are resourceful? And can you please explain what is the meaning of being resourceful?
Resourceful families provide the stepping stool, access, guidance, and encouragement, helping students navigate education effectively. And as you pointed out earlier, Nettie, the emotional support, as well as helping their child to navigate a system where they feel that there might be inequity. And if parents are questioning a teacher or a system and they don't understand why, for example, from Yasmin's story, why their child is getting a B and how they can do better, if their gut tells them that they would like their child to do better than this, but they're not getting the right answer, they should access guidance, student success, administration, another teacher. And they should have a discussion and say to any one of the teachers, I know that a B is meeting the provincial standard, and I would like to understand further about my child. Have deep conversations with anybody that you can connect with. And most importantly, have a conversation with your child. Ask your child how they think that they're doing. Are they happy with the B? Are they happy with the C? Do they want to do better? If your child says, yes, I'm happy with this because I know I cannot do better. This is the best that I can do, and I put in a lot of work, and that's it. That is when you, as a parent, can have a conversation to support the emotional health of your child, to let them know that you want to celebrate them and you appreciate the effort that they're putting in. You can say to them, then, I would like for you to challenge yourself and I would like to help you out with that. Is that okay? You need your permission of your child. And then you can help them out. Do some digging, do some research. Find out the conversations with the guidance counselors, the student success, other teachers. What resources are there? Oftentimes, resource teachers in schools are amazing. I have always had exceptional experience with resource teachers being the go-to teachers in the school who know how to help those students who need the extra stepping stools in their life. So being resourceful means knowing how to navigate your system and getting tools for your child so that you support their emotional health and their academic success so they can achieve higher grades than what they are or maintain the high grades that they are. Nettie, oftentimes we don't think about the privilege that students have who have resources. It is the norm for them. Students are diverse, each with unique personalities, temperaments, experiences, and access to resources. Some recognize the value of grades and push themselves to achieve beyond expectations, even when they feel bored or unmotivated, because these students have a family and a support system to cheer them on, to give them the emotional support, to provide them opportunities. And they see oftentimes their parents are professionals or have gone to university or college. Grades were important to them, so they understand it naturally. It's a natural resource. Often these students come from families that provide the guidance, as I said, resilience or motivating opportunities. I feel a strong desire to provide them with opportunities that will help them achieve their goals because they deserve this. Ultimately, this is what we want for all students. We want all students to have a network, a family that is supportive and that understands, even if they didn't have to go through the system to achieve high grades and to get into a university or to a college. For those students who don't have these opportunities, we need to advocate on their behalf so that students can have a support system and be treated fairly. You might be thinking that high grades are just a number. I'm curious how you feel about this, Nettie.
Grades are certainly numbers, but the reality is that they are the gateway to opportunities, including job prospects. On a personal level, I had been an average student with a slower learning pace. My grandfather, father, and brother have been tremendous supports in my studies, while my mother has provided immense encouragement. I was never judged by the grades I was bringing home. Rather, my family always appreciated my hard work, and their support inspired me to become a lifelong learner. And education has become my passion. Today, I'm back in school and have become a high achiever. From my experience, I've seen that high achieving children often have role models who inspire them and encourage them. It's not only the responsibility of schools to foster success. Success is not defined by grades. Success is how the child overcomes their challenges. So, parents and role models are very important to inspire the children. Their work ethics and dedication certainly inspire children to strive for excellence and develop resilience. While grades are important and often reflect the expectations parents have for their children, but they certainly do not define our paths in life. It is essential to work hard, but the good work ethics and discipline developed in childhood are what truly matter in the long run. Ultimately, it's not just about what we achieve professionally, but how we navigate life and treat others along the way. Good schools, Teachers and family play a crucial role in this journey. Their support and encouragement can make a significant difference. By developing discipline, children can approach challenges with a positive mindset and work towards success in everything that they do.
So, do you feel that students, regardless of their backgrounds, are not achieving high grades?
This is a loaded question. I feel that there's a lot to capture, and everything is not a one size fits all. This is where I would like to talk about something important, though, that does emphasize why many students might not be achieving high grades. And that is because of those learning skills. They are not emphasized enough. Students who are not familiar with the value of learning skills often submit work late, arrive late to class, get distracted by phones. Teachers try to integrate learning skills, but not all know how to do that effectively. Families may not understand their value. Learning skills aren't considered by universities or employers, so students don't always see the connection to success.
What are the learning skills? Can you please explain to the families who do not understand the whole concept of learning skills?
Learning skills are valuable around the globe, and every education system mandates learning skills in their own unique ways. Ontario grades students on 6 core learning skills: responsibility, organization, independent work, collaboration, initiative, and self-regulation. These are evaluated separately from academic marks on the report card. They reflect how students manage their time, set goals, participate, and work with others. Teachers observe them through consistency, effort, and classroom engagement, and each is marked as excellent, good, satisfactory, or needs improvement.
Considering grades and learning skills, nowadays there are certain social media influencers who express that grades don't matter. What is your opinion on that? And do you see any impact of such comments on students?
Absolutely, I do, Nettie. I don't want to center out one social media influencer. There's many social media influencers who often express that grades don't matter or who have strong opinions about school. And as I've expressed, it takes a village. And unintentionally, some social media influencers can give a message and say, grades don't matter. And that might negatively impact some students' thoughts. For example, there is a Canadian entrepreneur, Mr. Martel, who, to me, he's very successful. And from what he's sharing, he's raising his children well, and he knows exactly the value of learning skills. He's got that down wonderfully. However, when he says, grades don't matter, when he's looking at his children's report card, this message can be taken in a different light from some students. And they might feel, because I've had conversations with students about this, that you see so-and-so, they are very successful. And it matters about how you are as a person. It doesn't really matter about your high grades. So oftentimes those students who lack the motivation to achieve high grades in the first place now have good excuse and a resource out there with our social media influencers saying, well, look at all these people who are successful and they're saying grades don't matter. But as a teacher, I would like to express that, again, highly respect all the social media influencers. They are successful. They know exactly what they're doing, and that's why they're successful. However, not all young people have the same successful social media influencer as their parent to guide them, or resources that we talked about with families, with the stepping tools to guide them to know what's important and how to get there, and the value of the high grades and what it takes. And so it makes it difficult. So I would say to social media influencers out there that to be mindful of this and to consider the whole picture. I, as a teacher, believe, as I've expressed, not Nettie the Nerd, that high grades are important. If you are applying to a competitive program, if you want to be a doctor, an engineer, a lawyer, you want to get into the Ivy program, your high grades do matter. And along with that, strongly emphasizing the learning skills and work habits are what carry you forward. And if you have good work habits and learning skills, most often, even as the research has shown us, and like I said many times, teachers don't need sometimes to be validated by research. We know, we are working on the ground with students from diverse backgrounds. We understand with our, not just our checklists, but our day-to-day interactions with students and understanding who they are. We know and we understand that students who have strong work ethic and learning skills oftentimes succeed, and they do achieve high grades because they are demonstrating those learning skills and work habits because they want those high grades. That's what matters to them. So even those blessed with natural talent still need direction, I would say, to maximize their grades and skills for future career aspects. But oftentimes people who are lucky and become a social media influencer, or the lucky people who have talent and skills so they can go into the skilled trades, the amazing fun things that some people get to do. But we have to remember, Nettie, not all students have talent. Like, I would love to play the guitar and the piano and to draw. And when I see, and even sing, when I hear a student who's singing and their voice is beautiful, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm rooting and cheering for you to be the next star. And similarly, when a student plays a musical instrument or they can draw amazing, I want to help them to have the opportunity so they can succeed because they have a natural talent. But if you don't have those natural talents, like myself, you will have to, apply to a program so that you can get a degree, so you can have the credentials, so you can have a career. That is how it works generally for many people in the world. So those high grades are important. And I believe that it's important for families and students to know, and even our social media influencers, if they happen to come across this podcast.
I just want to add some statistics. In a survey of 233 self-made millionaires, only 21% reported being A students in school, 41% were B students, 29% C students. And on the other hand, same survey was saying 87% of participants believe education is essential for success at work. That's the point. Yes, luck works for some, but certainly grades are gateway to opportunities. We cannot deny that.